Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna talk about some of the most important cities in Central Europe, Prague and Budapest. So if you're considering traveling or moving to this region of Europe, this is definitely a video you should watch. Before we start with the actual content, if you want to travel, move and invest abroad, hit the like button and subscribe. Let's start. In this video, we are going to compare Prague and Budapest in terms of transportation and getting around, cost of living, entertainment, real estate, visa and residence permits, and the local language. So let's start with a quick overview of the two cities. Prague is the capital of the Czech Republic, now often referred as Czechia. Its metro area has just short of 2.7 million inhabitants. The Czech economy is one of the fastest growing among European countries, and Prague is one of the most visited cities in Europe. Budapest is the capital of Hungary, and it is slightly larger in its population than Prague. The current population of Budapest is about 3 million inhabitants. Budapest is also one of the most visited cities in Europe, but receives significantly less visitors than Prague. Both Hungary and Czechia are European Union and Schengen area members. However, they do not use the euro common currency. Hungary uses the forint and Czechia has Czech crowns. We will start our comparison analyzing the transportation options to and inside these cities. Considering that both are capital cities and have a somewhat similar size, they are extremely well served in terms of transportation options. Both cities have great connections by train, including high-speed trains to Germany and Austria. The same applies to flights to both cities, with direct flights to the most important European hubs. Both cities also have intercontinental flights to and from North America and Asia. Each city has one main airport, and in terms of passenger traffic, it is also a draw. However, Prague's airport has a slight advantage in terms of total number of passengers. When we talk about getting around inside the city, they are both also pretty comparable. Both cities have a good urban network, including a pretty solid metro network. They also have a considerable network of trams, with some nice vintage trams contrasting with modern ones. Now let's talk about the cost of living in Prague and Budapest. The cost of living is one of the most important aspects for anyone considering moving to a new city. Despite the fact that both cities are in the same region of Europe and have similar elements in its economic history, the cost of living difference between these cities is quite significant. While the Czech economy is one of the fastest growing economies in the European Union, the Hungarian economy has somewhat lagged behind. This fact has resulted in a significant salary growth in Czechia, which naturally pushed the cost of living up. While salaries also rose in Hungary during the past years, the overall growth was significantly lower than in the Czech Republic. For that reason, the cost of living, but also salaries in Prague, are far higher than in Budapest. If you're looking for a job, you'll probably be better off in Prague. If you're coming for another reason or want to start a business, your budget will definitely last longer in Budapest. The overall tax burden is higher in Hungary. However, income taxes, especially at a corporate level, are lower in these countries than the European average. Now let's talk about entertainment. Comparing both cities in terms of entertainment is really tough. The truth is, both Prague and Budapest are among the best cities in the world for all types of entertainment. May it be for its nightlife or for its restaurants, you will find that both cities are truly amazing. Prague is famous for its iconic beer and everything that goes with that. Budapest, on the other hand, has some of the best thermal spas in the world. Budapest is also known for its massive Sziget festival and also for its traditional Formula 1 race, the first one to happen behind the Iron Curtain. Accommodation is widely available for all types of tourists and visitors. From hostels to high-class hotels, the hospitality markets are pretty developed in Hungary as well as in Czech Republic. While both cities are great for entertainment, you'll definitely spend less money in Budapest. For that reason, the Hungarian capital has a slight edge. Now let's check how the real estate market is in these cities. Both the Hungarian capital and Prague are pretty interesting if you want to invest in real estate. But there is one thing you should definitely know about the property market in Budapest and Prague. The truth is that the Prague real estate market is in much higher demand than the market in Budapest. This applies to those looking not only to buy but also to rent properties. Real estate prices in both cities have been on the rise for a few years. Much of this movement is due to the tourist boom in Central Europe and apartment rental sites like Airbnb. The price difference between the cities is quite sharp. While you can rent a small apartment in the center of Pest for as low as $500, in Prague the average price will be more around the $900 range. This difference is also seen in prices per square meter. Prices in the center of Prague are also the double of what they are to buy an apartment in the central area of Budapest, which currently costs around $3,000 per square meter. Now let's talk about visa and residence permits. In terms of visas and residence permits, both cities are pretty comparable. Both Hungary and the Czech Republic are full EU members and also part of the Schengen area, as I said before. There are similar visa and residence permits in both countries for most types of activities. It is possible to get a residence permit if you want to run a business or to be a self-employed person in both Prague and Budapest. So, in terms of visas and residence permits, it is definitely a draw. In Prague, you'll find more services catering to expats willing to immigrate to the country, including lawyers, real estate agents, and accountants. But in Budapest, you can also find a good number of them available. The last aspect we're going to cover in this video is the language. While this might not be important for most visitors, if you want to live for a longer period in one of these cities, learning the language will broaden your opportunities greatly. In Prague, people speak Czech, an Indo-European Slavic language. If you are a native speaker of a Slavic language, learning Czech will definitely not be a complicated endeavor. Slovak and Polish are the closest languages to Czech. The Hungarian language, however, is a totally different ballgame. While Czech, being an Indo-European language, has many similar elements with languages such as English, German, Russian, and Spanish, Hungarian is not an Indo-European language. Hungarian is part of the Finno-Ugric language group. It is pretty difficult and broadly unrelated to most languages spoken in Europe. If you plan to learn the local language, in most cases, it will be much easier to do it in the Czech Republic. Now let's finally come to a verdict. Both cities are an excellent option if you just want to come as a tourist, or even move permanently to one of these European capitals. While in Prague, the language will probably be easier to learn and the economy is doing fairly better than in Hungary, it is in Budapest that you will find the best bargains, especially if you're looking to invest in real estate or start a business. Are you considering moving to one of these cities? Leave your thoughts and comments below. That's it for today's video. If you want to travel, move, or invest abroad, you know what you have to do. Hit the like button, check our other videos, and most importantly, subscribe. See you next time.